All right, welcome to Breakfast with Brandon. So today, our scenario, our story, our topic that we're going to talk about is going to be in relation to this phenomenon that we have seen in the last couple years coming from millennials and coming from the left, is that there's a concept out that's called hate speech. And we all know that hate speech is subject to an individual's opinion. This is not a term that holds any weight in the court of law, and it should never hold weight in a court of law. But check this out. On our website, we have an article of an individual who sued and got tons of money referencing what we call hate speech. And I have Stephen here with me. He's coming on the show. I work with him. He's a great guy. He's actually our social media editor. So I'm going to let Stephen tell you guys about the story, and then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Steve.
So, Brandon, we have a story about a teacher. The story's a little bit older, but I still think it's very important for our conversation today, because there is a teacher who got $60,000 from a school because her co-workers, fellow teachers, used the wrong pronoun. This teacher identified herself as transmasculine, which means that she was neither male nor female as far as she identified herself. And so when the teachers used she or her, she became so offended, it became hate speech to her. And so she ended up suing the school for $60,000, all because the co-workers in the school used the wrong pronoun, which for her was hate speech. And so, I mean, this is insane.
Right. This is funny. So if I determine that something someone says offends me, then I can make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because if I got money from every time somebody, something that somebody said to me that offended me, or that I felt slightly offended by, because obviously I'm not going to go and sue anybody because they say something that I feel offended by. But if I did that, if I took the approach of the left and I decided to do that, I would be a millionaire at this point.
Yeah.
And it's just not legitimate.
Let me say, this is just typical liberal hypocrisy, that they claim tolerance. You got to be tolerant. You have to be tolerant of everybody's opinion, everybody's viewpoint, everybody's religion. But the problem is that when conservatives have a different viewpoint as opposed to what the liberals are saying, man, they shut you down, and they use hate speech as an excuse to shut conservatives down. Right.
So what you're saying, we got 2 points that we're talking about here. You have the First Amendment rights that we have. I mean, this is the fundamental principle of the United States of America. Civilization as we know it is for us to have the freedom of thought, and also articulate our freedom of thought through speech.
Yeah.
So, and if these individuals or this genre, what they want to do is they want to suppress that if it don't align with their principles. What they're doing is they're attempting to hold us hostage.
Yeah.
Because they want to say, okay, I don't like this train of thought. This is against, per se, my agenda or their agenda or whatever the case may be. So I don't want to combat you with knowledge and engage in a conversation in a respectful way. I want to completely shut you up. I want to violate your First Amendment rights. Yeah. So you have people like Ann Coulter attempts to go on campus to express her First Amendment right, freedom of assembly and freedom of speech, and then she gets shut down to the point where her speech is actually suppressed for the belief system and speech of another person, which is absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, Brandon, I want to know how we as a nation in less than 100 years went from a generation that was storming the beaches of Normandy to a snowflake generation that needs safe spaces. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, I agree with you 100%, and I'll tell you where you won't find a safe space, and that's at Breakfast with Brandon. All right, make sure you check out the article that we wrote in the description section, either above or below. Please comment in the comment section. We would love to hear your opinions about this, and make sure that you give us an opportunity to do another story by sharing what you want to hear. Hey, thank you guys. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.